God bless everybody. Thank you for joining my channel. Debbie here. Well, I'm out and about and I've stopped to get my coffee again today. It's really hot in PA and I thought I'd stop by and chat with you. The reason I'm stopping by today is to correct my last video, and I had to take it down. And I listened to it and I listened to it and I said, oh my Lord. So I took it down. So I came on today to talk to you about what I said wrong. So the book of life has been on my heart. Why the Lord is having me talk about the book of life. It's very important to have your name written down in the book of life. And my sister approached me and said, well, Debbie, when you do invite people at the end of your videos to find Christ, you tell them that their name is written down in the book of life. But right now, you know, when we're Christians, Jesus hasn't come yet. The rapture hasn't occurred. If you find Christ right now, your name is written in the Lamb's book of life. And I guess that's different. It's called the Lamb's book of life. And you go to a whole different judgment than the unsaved. So your name is written in the Lamb's book of life, and you'll stand before Jesus. You stand before Jesus. It's called the judgment seat of Christ, and some people call it the beacon seat. And at the judgment seat of Christ, we are given our rewards. You have to go up to him individually, and your rewards are given to you, and it's based on what you did in life. Then after the great tribulation, many hundreds of people die, and then Jesus comes back for the battle Armageddon and takes over Jerusalem and rules the world. Right at the end of that millennium, there is a great white throne, and all the dead outside of Christ are risen. They're risen, and they have to go before God himself at the great white throne, and God opens a book called the book of life. Now that's not the Lamb's book of life, it's the book of life, and he looks to see if their name is in that book, and then he looks to see what they did in life, what they're judged, and if their name isn't in the book. Now this is the difference that I had to get it straight. If the name isn't in that book of life, then they are thrown into the lake of fire and brimstone along with Satan, the false prophet, and the beast. So their name has to be in that book of life at the great white throne. So that's very important. Now, we don't know all the ins and outs of everything about the millennium. We don't know all the ins and outs of everything about these books. It looks to me that after the rapture, people still have an opportunity to find Jesus. But they can't take the mark of the beast, and they may be killed during that time if they don't have the mark of the beast. And if they survive through the whole tribulation till Jesus comes back, they have an opportunity to be saved. That's what it looks like. And that's a little different teaching than 50 years ago. So preachers seem to be swaying that way now, where you have another opportunity to find Jesus after the rapture, but it's done in a different manner. You cannot take the mark of the beast. If you do, you do not go to heaven. And if you don't take the mark of the beast, you're going to really suffer. You're really going to suffer. You won't have food. You won't have a place to sleep. It's going to be terrible. But I won't I won't be surprised if there's a few that do make it through the Great Tribulation. I won't be surprised. So, but everyone has to stand before a throne, whether it's the beacon seat, or the great white throne. You have to stand before one or the other. But it looks to me, even at the great white throne, if your name's written in that book of life, then you don't get thrown in the lake of fire. Now, if you go before the judgment seat of Christ and you get raptured, you go before the judgment seat of Christ, that's the Lamb's book of life. So you're redeemed. But then at the great white throne, those books are opened again, and God looks to see whose name's in it. And so there's two books. They're very interesting. This is a very interesting subject. And again, we don't know everything about the millennium. It's just starting to come about. God is just starting to reveal things. So we may learn even more. So, but if your name has to be in a book of life, the Lamb's book of life or the other book of life, but don't wait for the great white throne. Don't find Jesus now, and don't have to go through the tribulation where you can't take the mark and you're going to suffer like this, and have to go to the great white throne to be announced that your name is in the book of life, but you don't get thrown in the lake of fire. I'll tell you, there is a Bible verse that says you're saved, yet so by fire. And I'm wondering if those are the people. Well, we don't have all the answers. But I am making a correction today. And now, from now on, at the end of my videos, when I invite people to Jesus, I'm going to say, your name will be written in the Lamb's book of life, because the rapture has not occurred, but it's coming soon. Well, God bless everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day, something to think about, the books of life, and take a good look at that in Revelations and see what you think. God bless you all, and have a great day.